Okay.
All right, we'll just have to do
No
our own
worries
moderation.
then.
That's all
Okay.
right.
The best thesis that you can possibly have here is that I'm old.
All right, I'm muting myself. I'm just gonna keep playing, and we'll let you talk. All right.
Okay then. So let's fucking great. Like yeah, and now I swear to you, it's just amazing how often it's stupid. Okay, so I'm loading the video. I'm playing. Oh, I've beaten this game, so this is fine. Don't feel that old. And the chat room's empty right now, so
It's not
yay,
empty.
there we
Just give him a
go.
minute to talk. It's loading up.
Perfect, and now there's tons of people populating it. I'm just gonna delete that old tweet. That was the hitbox one. All right, I will not inhale into the mic anymore. Video games are awesome. Thank you all. Not so empty. Okay, questions. Video games are awesome. This is, yes, doing this through Twitch is the best way to have these discussions. Does anybody have a question? So that, keep talking? All right, I will. Deleting tweets. Yeah, I'm deleting the second tweet so people don't go to HipCon. Vivian's supposed to be in public domain. She's technically not owned by anyone, but the person who came up with it really has to do that for the drawing, especially some of the newer drawings. I already said that we could license under Creative Commons or something else if we wanted to. Yeah, he knows. I texted him. Okay, the explosion is that somebody managed to hack our Indiegogo campaign, and they took it down. And they deleted it. They actually did delete it. We've contacted Indiegogo support. We don't think this is a big deal. We can put it up, and we can just take all the donations again. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so I'm going to keep talking. I noticed that there's an explosion JPEG. I appreciate it. By the way, there's no Twitch may come back and say that we can't speak, and I'm fine with that. If I didn't have to like authenticate myself 8 times to get into the Google Hangouts, I would use that, or I'd use YouTube, or I would use anything else. Yeah, this is. Yeah, totally. I'm just copying and pasting it. Maybe we can focus on that. Okay, so Beyond Blue. I don't know if iFred is corrupt. My lawyer can't literally, I can't give an opinion yet. I am not informed on that decision. I will spend more research. We want to basically work with you and say that even if the Indiegogo campaign doesn't, I still want to get your message out. We were actually going to do the t-shirt. We were thinking of doing the t-shirt anyways. It's just like when this all happened, we wanted, okay, we really like the character. We really like the character that you guys created. And one of the issues is that she fits in some of the games really well, and she doesn't fit in other games particularly well. And that doesn't mean we aren't going to try to get her in. She could still do the tutorial, but if we're doing something like Lux, where she isn't like perfect for that setting, we may have to change her. And again, we liked the design so much that we felt like this would be a good way that basically everybody who believes in the cause could wear it at events, and that it could be a way of signaling to each other. Yeah, apparently people have problems with the foundation. I don't want to create more drama. We'll let that sort out. Yeah, let's pretend I don't want to create more drama. Oh yeah, she fits in the Ghost game, and I think that we might have her in the that's if that one's chosen, that's the most likely one. Reporting the stream, that's excellent. Okay, I would embarrass to wear the shirt that I produced. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, We're probably guessing it's going to take 6 to 8 months to actually do the game, depending upon how complicated it is. We don't want to say who's winning, and it's actually a lot of people actually like switch places all of the time. So it's still important to vote. I just don't want to pick until it's later. Majora's Mask is greater than Ocarina. Yeah, no, the outfit would be changed. That's not the whole thing. It's just, as I said, Air Rocky, for example, doesn't really have characters. No idea what color Vivian's underwear is. What's my favorite Zelda game? I actually would be Link to the Past. As I keep telling people, the reason why I can't set up things fast is I'm old. I reported it to Indiegogo. No offense and all, but I think the police won't be spend a lot of time doing this on 4chan or like won't chase. They won't chase this down, okay? And I honestly, as I've said before, it's kind of like putting gasoline on a fire. It'll just make more people aware of us. I'm over 30. A screenshot. We will put this all up eventually, and we will have confirmation from Indiegogo. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. Like, the issue is right now, and why I'm not putting it up is actually, let's see if I can just do a screenshot now. Like, it just looks so conspiracy theory because the only account we have the old campaign, like, because we launched a campaign for like 1 day before, but so it looks like we have one up, but we don't. And I don't want to show any private information, so let's just see if I can just show this fucking. No, of course not. This is the internet is stupid. There we go. Yeah, like we can't. Uh, yeah, like I can't do a screenshot because of the way that Indiegogo shows things. It just says it's not working, but it doesn't give the reason. The rest, where's the rest? If you've only got 20K, if we've got 20K and only 5K is coming from 4chan, where's the rest coming from? A lot of it's direct, and a lot of it's from our website, The Fine Young Capitalists. So it's difficult to tell where it's coming from. A lot more is coming from Twitter, so thank you about that. But yes, the Facebook beats Tumblr. Tumblr is apparently the worst social network for this project. Okay, every time we mention the woman who should not be named, moderators come in. So my best suggestion would be to say that what we really wanted to be is we wanted to be inclusive to everyone. And the number one criticism we get is that like nobody ever says you're doing something wrong. It's like they say that we're hanging around with the wrong people, which arguably is like, say, Jesus. So what we wanted to do is really just say, let's take this character that 4chan made, which is actually a really positive character, and let's try to bridge the gap and support, again, it was all for charity, and depression is a big thing. So it's like, let's support that. And I know some people think about that giving in. I want to say, I just really want to actually prove to people that this isn't a whole spite thing. Like, I know it sounds so stupid that like 4chan would, or like the internet would continue this entire joke out of spite. Thanks. Nah, okay. Thank you for editing this. Tumblr is the worst social network. That'll go well. We do press releases all the time. No one covers them. I don't think, you know what? We totally may never get funding from social justice warriors, and that's the point, okay? If we're doing everything we can do and are actually doing full equality, and then there are people who are still like will not invoke the project, then that's a really important statement to actually bring up. I assumed people came to V. Why did you send people to V? I assumed people came to V. I didn't realize it was a big thing. That's why we deleted the tweet. Oh shit, I just talked about it again. Sorry. Um, how does Vivian's IP work? We'll talk to the original creator about it, but it's probably going to be public domain. I would like prefer it to be public domain. Okay, we're never donating to the woman who can't be named. What we're donating to is the cause that not only she support, but others supported. We just really wanted to basically make it not about spite. And we thought that this was actually a really good way. And we actually had meetings, like we discussed it and we talked about it before this whole site thing was going to go down. And we were going to do it in a different way. I want to make sure to tell people we are still going to do this contest. If Indiegogo didn't take 24 hours to get back to you, this could be resolved much, much quicker. They take 24 hours. And we don't know if we want to restart the campaign entirely or whether they can bring it back online. Okay, why we're not on Kickstarter? We wanted to be on Kickstarter. Kickstarter will only let you do a contest if you keep the money. We actually specifically asked them if it was okay, and they said not in your case. They didn't say they wouldn't support us. They just said that they didn't say it was a bad idea or a good idea. They just said our policy is this. Indiegogo had much nicer policies. I'm totally going to try to bring it back online. I've talked to Indiegogo. They haven't gotten back to me. Oh, cool. Somebody with actual research sent me something on the Foundation Center. Thank you very much. Oh, God. The lawyer's going to see this and he'll explain it to me. But again, I'm always worried about speaking about things aloud, so I'm going to send it to him and let him deal with it. Shout out. Uh, I really feel bad because like literally speaking, we expected like maybe 10 upvotes and maybe one person to come to the site. And my big reason is that then the internet aristocrat did a video on it and it went viral. And it's just like, and then it's the only question that people ask. Like literally speaking, I will get questions and it's like I want you to talk about this particular person. And I'm just like I've said literally two tweets to her. I don't know I don't know her opinion on anything. And I know, maybe you guys are completely right. Maybe we should just keep it out of it and just choose another thing. Like, depression is great. There are, like, women's coding initiatives, ladies learning code, dames versus games, pixel whatever. There's a whole bunch of ones that we could do. I'm not sure which one to choose. Okay, by the way, we'd like to thank Zach. He put up the first stream and he was amazing. No, this is a nothing has to be done right now. What we need to do is deal with Indiegogo, and that's going to just take a little while. And everyone there is probably asleep. When we actually get to like normal hours, then we'll be a little bit more frantic. Then we'll start calling them and like messaging them repeatedly. Right now, we have to wait. And I'm trying to make it less crazy. But by the way, whoever just quoted "Depression is great," TFYC, thank you. This is really helping my PR skills. Well, we can ask them. Like, Ladies Learning Code is a reasonably good program, and Dames Making Games specifically focuses on games. I don't really expect, I really don't expect any of the major social justice warriors. Sorry, let's actually also talk about this in context. Yesterday, some major people who were on like some larger video game personalities started to support us. And what I really don't want is the people that supported us, who this is their actual job, to get any flashback. Like, my thing is that this isn't my job. I can, like, none of the people I work with know any of what's like are involved in Reddit or involved in 4chan or involved in any of this kind of stuff. So none of the drama hits them, and I can literally just leave the entire project, and my life won't be affected in any way. But when people whose livelihoods depend upon YouTube, depend upon Twitter followers, and depend upon like the internet consciousness, and they're supporting us, it makes me really nervous if we fuck up. Uh, some of the people that are support us, I actually admire. I admire their work and I admire what they did. I do not want their credibility or basically how they live to be affected, especially by supporting this project, which is still, it's just getting women to make games. It's not really that controversial, and I'm really sorry that it got sucked into it. Yeah, okay, damn it. I guess anything I say will be put into clarified in chat. I'd like to say that if it's being clarified in Twitch chat, I'm not saying their names. I don't. Okay, here's the thing. This is. I need to talk about the indie game industry, and it's what we call an incestuous industry, meaning that a lot of the people in it, like, not a, the line blurs between who's somebody they work with, who's their friend, and who they're having a relationship with. It's difficult to determine if you're doing something for money or if you're doing something for a favor. uh, Autobotica is in Colombia. They are not in, they are completely isolated from the indie community. Part of the reason why we got so much flack at the beginning was that nobody knew who they were, because most of their work is either white label or contract, and they don't talk to journalists ever. Uh, I'm a media guy. I have like Canada television contacts. So nobody in the indie game scene knows who I am. So I'm not sure how much of it is censorship. In fact, I think very little of a censorship. I think most of it is like they don't know who I am. And because for a while you could, like, guys who were in school, journalism school, could send us an email and we do a full interview with them. And they were just like, that shouldn't happen. These guys are like the town bike of interviews. I just felt like I felt like people weren't covering us because of that. And I know, again, a lot of people are going to say that this was self-serving. It wasn't supposed to be self-serving. It was supposed to be, let's keep the drama out of it and let's keep it neutral. Unfortunately, the whole shirt thing came up as our whole Indiegogo campaign went down. The original money is always going to colon cancer. Okay, just to explain, I'm going to say this again. Technically, how the corporate structure works, my boss is now 4chan, for better or for worse. 4chan has the ability, each of the backers can say where their money goes. You can literally each use really an even like another nonprofit or something that I disagree with, and I have to go with it. Your money that you've put in and you put towards a cause, we will never change that cause. And that's actually in like the contract that I signed. So don't worry about that, because if something like that happens, I am going to be like absurdly worried, not only for like that I broke the contract, but that I angered 4chan. Okay. Yes, 4chan is the final boss for the internet. That would be possibly the scariest game ever. No, it's just I want to explain to people, like, when we say capitalist, when we say corporation, like, these systems exist. Like, one of the issues that we were having with was a lot of the YouTube personalities. They were like, I'd love to do a campaign, but it's so much work and I don't know how to organize it. And I'm just sitting around. That's all I do. And we kind of wanted to do like this one first, but we'd really love to work with people in, say, the Polaris network or the Machinima network, because we deal with television. The cable companies are really worried that in 15 years they're going to just disappear, and they want to get on this internet thing. And if that means we take some of their money to do something really cool and then give the money to charity, like, that's awesome. Like, taking money from old media to support new media to make the world better is amazing. And the problem is even on the project, even on the feedback we've gotten, a couple of the producers that I deal with in television are saying, this is cool, maybe we should do this as, say, a reality show, or maybe we should follow the women, or maybe we should do this kind of thing. What that excites me most of all is us not having to ask for money from you. That's the biggest thing, that we don't have to ask you for money on Indiegogo, that we can just do it regardless of the community involvement. No, because everybody's seen my spelling, so I don't think I'll be starting my own grassroots publication. I do, and what I really want to do is just partner with another group and try to get people. Okay, I'm going to talk about the YouTube scene. It's really difficult to deal with the YouTube scene because people don't have agents, and a lot of them don't have PR companies. So like a lot of time when we're like sending them messages, we're sending them like via YouTube, and they think we're scam artists, and we're like, no, 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 we'll set up a call. We'll even fly down if you want, and we can talk in person. We just want to work with you to make, so we can both make money. And it's really that I really feel like, again, I couldn't get the stream to work when it needed to work. I don't feel like I am the ideal person to do this. I do feel that the idea is good, and I can kind of get people to talk with other people, and then we can change not only media, but we can change what projects are made. The whole reason why most women aren't making projects is there isn't a production thing for it to be made. They're like, the big office guys just want to make a specific type of game. And it's not that I don't think Call of Duty isn't good, or I don't feel that Battlefield is good. I feel that those are amazing, let's just try to make something different and smaller, because those big companies aren't doing that right now. It's very rare. And I think that doing these sort of community programs are really good, and they give awareness of other games, but most of all, they give awareness to the developers. Yes, I've anybody who's like saying like I'm a media PR guy and I'm top notch, just send us your resume so we just don't have to deal with it. I can talk about the PR people, but like some of them are amazingly like ignorant. My personal favorite was the one who said she's like, I'm not really into feminism because it's all about like making women wear men's clothes. And there was a guy who I really loved. He was like, his actual quote was, "I don't think you should do it about video games. I think you should do it about modeling so that women will send you like half-naked pictures of themselves." And I was just like, you can find half-naked pictures of women on the internet? Like, this is your big plan to run a contest for that reason? Neither of them were hired, but they were very expensive. Here's the thing. You're right, 4chan is anonymous, but every single backer has given us an information to contact them. We'll try to do the voting so that only people who pays are the people who are in control, so that 4chan can't be full of noobs that change the opinion. Our biggest issue, like with the whole narrative, is 4chan has been really respectful in comparison to YouTube. 4chan has been amazingly respectful. And Tumblr, there hasn't been a lot of conversation, but there are a lot of people on Tumblr who are actually thanking us. But there are a lot of people who are just not willing to read about what we're doing. And it's always like, I don't know what, like, capitalism is always wrong, sent from an iPhone. And it's just like, well, that's an interesting level of cognitive dissonance. Send everything to media at TheFineYoungCapitalists.com. We read everything there, and it's interesting. Always, if anybody wants to get in touch with us, it's always media at TheFineYoungCapitalists.com. We'll do an FAQ. You're right. We should be doing an FAQ, and we'll do an FAQ once all this is up. The first thing we want to do is we want to get the Indiegogo page back up, but we can't do that. You can always email us at media at thefineyoungcapitalist.com. And as I said, all of the other accounts, they've all had their passwords swapped. And they're all really long passwords. For some unknown reason, the Indiegogo campaign was only 8 characters, random alphanumerics. But we did not expect it to get guessed. As I said, we have, like, the Fine Young Capitalist has, like, a secret motto that only people